Hi, my name is Carol, and I garden in a large yard in north central Saskatchewan. And I just wanted you to find out a little bit about myself before I start this foray into public social media. Oh, I'm a little bit frightened. But truth be told, I've been following the most wonderful woman. She's from Zone 3, East Central Saskatchewan, and I've been following her on YouTube, and her channel is called My Sass Garden. If you want to follow somebody who's just fabulous and is entertaining and informative, and her yard is spectacular, follow her. But speaking of following, I'm going to try in my own funny bunny little way to follow in her footsteps, as I have done in my yard. My husband, whose name is Ken, does a lot of the physical labor around the yard. In fact, I generally am the idea person and the supervisor, and he does most of the physical work. So, I digress. He often says to me, "What would Sharon do?" as we're working in the yard, because he now realizes that she truly is my guru. At any rate, the reason I decided I'm going to try and start this is because I have invested in a 4-season geodesic dome. It's from a company called New Roots Landscaping in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. And I couldn't be more excited. And I just found out from the man that I've been dealing with, his name is Garrett, I just found out that they're coming to do the preliminary work in 5 days. I couldn't be more excited. So I'm going to try and do some video of everything geodesic dome, which I've decided to call the Wonder Dome. So that will be the title of my channel, the Wonder Dome, if that's possible. I have no idea because I've never posted anything on YouTube before. That's going to start. I'm going to try and show the building of it, and then let you people follow along as I try to learn everything in the growing inside a 4-season dome. So I'm going to try and flip this camera around. Yeah, this is how it's going to work. I don't know what I'm doing. Woo, I did it. Okay. So I have been, since early spring, when I purchased my Wonder Dome, I've been gathering tropicals. So this is my mandevilla that my husband found for me for like $12 at Walmart. It was a tiny little thing, so it's doing really well. And I'm just going to flip around. Oh yeah, isn't it fun? It's going to be fun following me. And this is a Dipladenia, which I'm trying to grow like a mandevilla. It seems to be working. I bought it at Dutch Gardens for a lot more than $12.99, but it's very happy. I bought this guy for $49.99. And I've been growing peppers in grow bags. Gee, where did I get that idea from? From Sharon, my Sass Garden lady. And yeah, I've got Carmen peppers. They're some kind of Italian sweet pepper. They're very lovely. They're pretty large already, and it's not even the largest one. And I've also got Flaming Flare, which is a type of pepper that is not nearly as high on the Scoville scale as jalapenos. The older I get, the less I like spicy stuff. Oof. Any hoosers. Here is a tiny, tiny little bougainvillea that I bought on sale here at the end of the season. Another one. Here's a larger bougainvillea that I bought at the beginning of May. Most of this stuff came from Dutch growers in Saskatoon. A little bit came from Wilson, and assorted another sundry plants that I bought on sale in Prince Albert, Saskatchewan. I just recently bought these mandevillas, and I didn't even realize that the color could be so spectacular. I bought them from a nursery in a parking lot. They were all on sale, 40% off. There's another one, a peach one. I bought them from a nursery called Luray Nurseries, and their products were fabulous. They were so healthy like at the beginning of May or June. And here is a kangaroo apple, which is in the nightshade family. I think you can probably recognize that flower. Doesn't it look like a potato flower? Yeah, that's because it's a nightshade family. And I think it's originally from New Zealand or Australia. I bought 2 of them because, of course, they were on sale and looked fabulous. I got them from Clement's Farms, which those of you who live around here probably know they're just south of Saskatoon. And they are poisonous because they're in the nightshade family, but they do produce a fruit. Maybe that's why they call it kangaroo apple. I don't know. Anyways, apparently if you let the fruit drop after it's ripe, then you can eat it. But prior to that, if you try eating the fruit before it's ripe, it's poisonous. So, yeah, again, the older I get, the less of a risk taker I am. So I think I'll grow it just for its beauty. They grow really fast, and I think they'll look fabulous in the Wonder Dome. I have 4 cats that are all indoor cats. They do have a catio that they go outside in, but that's it. So I bought them some catnip. That's for them. And here are some succulents that I've been growing for years and years. I thought there might be a corner of the greenhouse, the Wonder Dome, that they might love. And here is a succulent I had never run across before. Apparently it's called a paddle plant. Wow. To me, it's just a showstopper. Back here, I've got a bird of paradise, a white one. I'm having a tough time getting it growing, but I see there's a new leaf about to come out right now. I've done some research on domes, and everybody talks about eucalyptus, so I bought one. I don't know why. I'm not sure why I should like it, but maybe I'll find out. I love Prince Tut, and I found it on sale as well, just less than a week ago. And I'm planning to put it beside, or I don't know, maybe even in the 900-gallon pond that's going to be in my Wonder Dome. My Wonder Dome's supposed to be a diameter of 22 feet. So I'm sure hoping everything's going to fit in here and give me some room to sit and have a coffee and admire these plants when it's January. There's a dwarf Cavendish banana, and it's doing really well. We bought it when it was really tiny here at the beginning of May. A hibiscus plant that I found on sale. And here is my orange tree. And dwarf Washington orange. Yeah, I have a tough time when I'm nervous coming up with the right names. Here is a passion fruit. I got both the orange and the passion fruit vine from a nursery in Quebec. And you can tell that they really take good care of their plants. However, it was shipped and got stuck in Saskatoon for 3 days. So it ended up being in shipment for 11 days. These two plants were very unhappy when I got them. I actually didn't think they'd survive. But the passion fruit has put on a couple feet of growth since June the 1st, which is the day that I got these. And the orange tree has just now started to produce a little bit of new growth. And I hope I'm not going to jinx this, but hope none of you get seasick by all this movement. I've got a little bit of an orange going here. Look at that. It's really tiny. It's super tiny. Like maybe the size of my baby fingernail. But it is looking like an orange, a green orange. And what else have I got? Just a decorative banana. And I've already had practice dealing with aphids. So I had to spray it down, but it took care of the aphids. Just a good spray of water seemed to work. So here is a money tree. And legend has it, it gives you good karma to grow a money tree. So this is some kind of braided trunk money tree. Again, I got it really tiny in a 4-inch pot, but it's growing beautifully. Not growing so beautifully is jasmine. I don't know. It looks like it's just missing something. I've sprayed it with Epsom salt, and it seemed to like that, but you're supposed to spray with Epsom salt, I don't know, once a month. I'm giving it all-purpose fertilizer. It's not particularly happy, so if anybody's watching, you got any great ideas about what to do with my jasmine, I'm all ears. Back there is another different kind of eucalyptus. And I suppose that just about covers things. I've got a few plants that I really like that I'm putting in. Oh, there's a hibiscus that I bought, but it's living, but not particularly happy. Maybe it's just waiting to live in the Wonder Dome. I have a lot of plants from my sister-in-law, my darling sister-in-law. She's a great little gardener. And she gave me this jade when it was super tiny, and it's happy. It likes living here on the farm. She also gave me this little bit of a rubber tree, and it's growing great. And these guys, Hawortha, I think they're called, but I might be making that up. In fact, she's responsible for all of these succulents that I showed you earlier. Yeah, so I couldn't be happier with these pepper plants that are growing in grow pots. Can't really grow peppers very well in this climate, which we sort of call Zone 3, but I'm not sure, because often we get frost still on June the 7th. Look at the size of that baby. Oh, God. And they're sweet like an apple. Those are Carmen peppers. And the plants are just loaded. Just loaded. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, yes. We often get a frost. We'll pretty well always get a frost around June the 1st, but sometimes all the way to June 7th, 8th, 9th. And then we often get a frost at the end of August, but generally the first week of September. So it's pretty tricky to grow peppers with those parameters. So have I made it? Oh, it seems like I've been going for hours, but I think I might end this for now and see if I can manage to post it. It won't be edited or any of those fancy things. I might have to learn as I'm going. Anyways, if you've stumbled across this video and you've actually watched a bit of it, thank you so much. This is a new adventure for me, and we'll see you later. Bye.